The top 10 forgotten 90s TV shows that you need to revisit today. You need to see these again. Trust me, these hidden gems from the 90s deserve another moment in the spotlight. So grab your flannel shirts, the Doc Martens, boot up the dial-up, and let's get started. First, an honorable mention goes to The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. This Western sci-fi hybrid starred Bruce Campbell as a charming bounty hunter, tracking down outlaws and uncovering mysterious artifacts. It checked all the boxes for me, witty, action-packed, and full of that classic Campbell charisma. If you love a genre mashup, this is one you can't miss. Alright, on to the top 10 for real. Kicking off our list in the 10th spot is Erie, Indiana, the ultimate mix of spooky and quirky. This NBC show followed teenager Marshall Teller as he uncovered bizarre mysteries in his small town. Think the X-Files, but for kids, but still cool. It ran for one season, but it's a cult classic that definitely holds up. Number 9, Earth 2. This 1994 sci-fi series was set in the year 2192, when humanity lived on a space station due to the Earth's environmental collapse. The story followed billionaire Devin Adair, who leads a group of colonists to a distant planet, Earth 2, in hopes of curing a disease called the Syndrome. The series had an interesting premise and a pretty good cast, including Tim Curry as a bad guy. But the show only lasted one season and it ended on a cliffhanger, no resolution. Number 8, Sequest DSV. I thought this was a pretty cool show with an odd title. A sci-fi series that took viewers into the depths of the ocean. Starring Roy Schneider and Jonathan Brandis, this show was like Star Trek underwater. It explored futuristic technology, marine life, and of course, some thrilling adventures. Remember the giant alligator? At 7, I've got Sliders, an underrated mid-90s sci-fi show about travelers who slide between parallel universes. The series follows the adventures of a young genius, played by Jerry O'Connell, who invents a device capable of opening wormholes to these often dangerous places. Coming in at number 6, we have The Pretender. This thrilling NBC drama lasted 4 seasons and followed Jared, a genius who could impersonate any profession while on the run from a shadowy organization. They're always on the run from a shadowy organization. It was smart, suspenseful, and packed with 90s action. If you're into twists and turns, this one's for you. Next up, in the 5 spot, Parker Lewis Can't Lose. Often compared to Ferris Bueller's Day Off, this teen sitcom aired on Fox and followed the antics of a high schooler, Parker, a too-cool-for-school teen played by Corin Nemec, and his over-the-top humor and unique visual style. That made it a trendsetter, but it's been mostly forgotten until right now. Coming in at number 4 is Northern Exposure. My parents watched this dramedy. It followed a big city doctor adjusting to life in a quirky Alaskan town. It's heartwarming, funny, and full of oddball characters. If you've never seen it, or if you haven't seen it in a while, you're in for a treat. This critically acclaimed show aired for 5 or 6 seasons, and I never watched one episode until I got older. Definitely worth revisiting as an adult. Taking the 3rd spot is Dinosaurs. This sitcom about a family of anthropomorphic dinosaurs navigating life in prehistoric suburbia definitely needs another look with fresh eyes. It was hilarious, surprisingly deep, and its practical effects still look incredible today. And who could forget that dark Debbie Downer of a series finale in an otherwise lighthearted show? Go ahead and relive this 90s gem. It's worth it. At number 2, Freaks and Geeks. This series from Judd Apatow closed out the 90s, debuting in the fall of '99, and it launched several careers, including that of Seth Rogen, James Franco, Jason Segel, and Linda Cardellini, and Busy Phillips. It was set in the early 80s, and it was about high school outcasts, and it was way ahead of its time. NBC totally mismanaged the series and ended it way too soon. Seek it out. And the top spot for most overlooked 90s show that you need to rewatch because it's just so dang good, My So-Called Life. This groundbreaking teen drama tackled real-life issues like relationships, identity, and mental health, and they did it in a way that felt raw and authentic. Claire Danes and Jared Leto delivered unforgettable performances, and even though it only lasted 1 season, it left a lasting impact. If you haven't revisited this emotional masterpiece, now's the time. And there you have it, my picks for the top 10 forgotten 90s TV shows that you absolutely need to revisit. Which of these shows brought back memories for you? Or maybe you've got a forgotten 90s favorite that I didn't mention. Let me know in the comments and follow for more nostalgic content.